Today we are doing some amazing thrift flips. I have an Anthropologie mirror look-alike, and we're going to be doing some giveaways because it's my birthday. And for my birthday, I want to show my gratitude and give back to a few of you. Now, I think by now you guys know that I love a thrift store. I always find some amazing pieces there. And my favorite thrift store just opened up a new location not too far away. So of course we had to go for the grand opening. I had the greatest time rummaging through all of the shelves. They had a huge selection of furniture. Oh, it just was the greatest time. The first item that I found was a cloche. Now you can tell originally this cloche had a clock in it, but the clock is missing. I use cloches all the time. Right now I've got one right back in my kitchen on the centerpiece. It's a large one. I love them because they are a great way to highlight a piece of decor. The one that I'm purchasing is a bit smaller, which is fine with me. I loved the base of this. It had some great design detail. And because that clock is missing, I was able to purchase this cloche for a mere $3.99, which is a great deal. The first thing we need to do is repaint that base. It is chipped and scuffed up, and I don't necessarily love the color, so we're gonna paint it in some gold Rust-Oleum spray paint. I took it outside, I painted along the base, the edges, the center. I made sure that all of the scuffed up paint chips were sufficiently coated in the spray paint, and then I let it dry for an hour. Now that it's dry, I looked at it and I realized I should have cut off those little plastic pokey parts that were holding up the pillar that was supporting the clock. But what's done is done, so we're gonna cut them off now. I grabbed some needle nose pliers and I just trimmed away those excess plastic parts. The reason I'm doing this is because I want a flat surface so I can put larger items inside of the cloche. We will repaint this in just a minute, but first let's go on a quick shopping trip to Hobby Lobby. I wanted a knob for the top of the cloche. They have a huge selection of knobs and pulls. I'm looking for a glass knob with a gold backplate. I found a knob that had a shattered glass effect and a gold geometric backplate. The price of this knob was $4.99. Now, of course, this knob has a long screw so you can screw it into your furniture or your cabinets, but we do not want that screw. So I'm going to remove the washer and the nut and then pull the screw out of the center of the glass knob. The back plate is scuffed up, so that's going to get an additional coat of paint when we paint the base. One more additional item that I want to add to our cloche is an extra base. I want to make it a little more substantial and rise that cloche up just a little bit higher. Hobby Lobby has these great wood rounds. The tiered edging on the perimeter of this wood round is so similar to our cloche base. Adding a wood round like this underneath a decorative jar gives your piece additional height and detail. These wood rounds are quite large. I like the decorative design around the perimeter, and the price of this is only $3.49. So now we've got our wood round, our scratched up base, and our scuffed up back plate. So we're gonna take all of these items outside and spray them in a coat of the gold Rust-Oleum spray paint. I painted the top and side of the cloche base. Then I moved on to the back plate, and then I moved on over to the wood round. I made sure that the sides and the top of the wood round were 100% coated in the spray paint, and then I let these three items dry for an additional hour. The reason why I want to add a knob to the top of our cloche is because it is really plain, but I do not want to make it permanent. So we're going to attach the gold backplate and the shattered glass knob to the top of the cloche with some hot glue. That way, if I want to remove it later in the future, I have that option to do so. So I just got my hot glue and I added it to the back plate first, and then I pressed it to the top center of the glass cloche. Then I added additional hot glue to the shattered glass knob and then pressed that into the back plate. The additional knob elevates the look of my cloche. It adds a luxurious detail to an otherwise plain dome of glass. We are also not going to permanently attach that gold base to the bottom of our cloche base. So what I did was I just simply put that cloche right over the top of the wood round, and you can see how adding this additional detail highlights the base, it makes it larger, and raises up the cloche just a little bit more to make it more substantial. This was such a great flip. I love cloches. They are perfect for your home decor because they really do highlight items inside. So if you have a particular decorative piece that you want to be the center of attention, a cloche is fabulous. There is a hole in the bottom of the base that was originally for the clock. I am going to take advantage of this, especially during Christmas time, because what I can do is string some fairy lights through that hole and keep the battery pack underneath the cloche so you can't even see it. I'm excited to use this cloche during Christmas time, and of course we've got all kinds of Christmas videos coming up shortly, but in the meantime, this cloche is fabulous. I am so happy that I found it at the thrift store for $3.99. We gave it a quick coat of paint, added additional detail in the form of the knob and the additional base, and now we have a high-end piece that will go great with any design. We are going to add a decorative item to this cloche in just a minute, but I think we should first move on to our next flip, which is our Anthropologie mirror look-alike. I love mirrors. I've got them all over my house. Mirrors are a great way to add a light, bright, airy feeling to a room. They reflect light, and of course, they are a neutral piece that will literally go with any design. The majority of the mirrors that I have in my home are from the thrift store. The mirror in here above my mantel is from the thrift store. In the dining room, my bedroom, the living room, and the bathroom, each one of these mirrors is from the thrift store, and I was able to get them for a very affordable price. I had to roll up my sleeves and pull out my best sleuthing skills to find this next mirror. There was a teeny tiny little hallway back by the bathroom, and there was a whole bunch of mirrors and artwork stacked up against the wall, and this is where I found this mirror. Because of the shape and the size and the additional decorative relief on the top, it immediately reminded me of one of those really expensive Anthropologie mirrors. However, our mirror is not even near the same cost as those Anthropologie mirrors. I picked up this mirror for $9.99. This mirror is such high quality. It is really heavy, and it looks like it was originally attached to either a vanity or a dresser because it has holes on either side of the frame. There are a few things that we need to change about the mirror. The first is that it has like a black inner lining on the inside of the frame. I don't like that because I think it makes the mirror frame itself look much smaller. So we're going to change that. And then also this mirror is scuffed up, it's scratched, and it is dirty. You guys, it's so dirty. Like, yikes, dirty. I guess that's what happens when you put items back by the bathroom. So it's got a whole bunch of questionable splatters all over it. So the first thing we need to do is get out our glass cleaner and clean off this mirror. I scrubbed it down really, really well. Look at how dirty this is. Just gross. And so I knew that the frame was going to be dirty as well. So I gave that frame a good washing so that everything is nice and clean. As you can probably guess, we are going to paint the frame on this mirror. Because of all the scratches and the dents and the discoloration, we are going to give it a fresh coat of paint. Now, I like to protect the actual mirrors itself with straight up simple copy paper. I just go and pull this out of my copy machine and I put it over the top of my mirror. The reason being is because it is thin enough that I can just slip it right in between the frame and the mirror. There's a little teeny gap and that paper just slides right in there. I tucked several of these copy paper pieces into the space along the edges of the frame so it covered up the entire mirror. Then I took my mirror outside, I elevated it slightly, I put it on top of some plastic containers. That way, as I'm spraying the paint, we will get good paint coverage along the entirety of the frame. Once the frame had been coated in the spray paint, I let it dry for 1 hour. Now I can bring it back inside and remove that copy paper. You can see how beautiful this frame is on this mirror. It looks brand new. And this looks so similar to those pricey Anthropologie mirrors. The ones that are similar in size are over $500. I'm not gonna spend $500. Ours does not have quite as much detail, but it's got that same shape and proportion. And remember, mine only cost $9.99. Yes, I had to explore around the bathroom area to find this mirror, but it was worth the hunt. One way I like to display my mirrors and artwork is by stacking them. So I hoisted my giant heavy mirror up on top of my fireplace mantle here in my bedroom and just leaned it against the larger mirror in the back. Stacking these mirrors expands the look of the original mirror. The additional gold frame adds more detail, and the two tones of gold accent each other. So as a design tip, by stacking these mirrors, I was able to take two more affordable mirrors and widen the look of my mirror. This gives me a more substantial look without spending the money to purchase a sizable mirror. Now we're going to add our decorative element to our cloche. I've got these marble candlesticks. These are really heavy, and it's got a gold metal flower on top. These are simply stunning. I purchased them at Ross for $4.99 a piece. Let me tell you, if you find some marble pieces at Ross for an affordable price, pick them up. Marble always looks expensive, so if you can find some items like this, it will definitely elevate the look of your design. So I'm going to take a candle and a candlestick, this beautiful marble candlestick, and place it inside of my cloche. This is the perfect size for our cloche, and it is raised up because we have it on top of our additional gold base. And I love our knob. It just is the perfect addition to this cloche. It adds a little bit of extra sparkle, and the gold backplate ties in with the gold base. I've got the matching candlestick over here on this side, as well as a gold acanthus wreath. The last item that we are going to add to our mantle top display is an orchid flower arrangement. Flowers bring in a freshness and a vibrance. I love using flowers in my design. And just like our base, we are going to use a base over here. I've got this marble riser that raises up my floral arrangement, and the marble riser ties in with our marble candlesticks. Would you believe that the additional items that we added to our mantle are from the thrift store or from Ross? You would never guess that because it looks so expensive. It looks high-end. You can find beautiful pieces at the thrift store that just need a little bit of love and a little creativity to elevate them into upscale home decor. Let's take a break from thrift flipping for just a minute and let's talk about that giveaway. Now, it is my birthday week, and I really want to show my gratitude to you because of all of the support and love and kind comments that you've given to me over the course of several years. So what I'm going to do is give two of you the chance to win any art print that you want from my website. Any art print in any size. I have art prints all over my house. I display them for spring, summer, fall, winter. I have over 100 art prints for you to choose from on my website. You've got classy ones, we've got more modern ones, landscapes, decorative artwork just like this is a great way to theme your home decor seasonally. This giveaway has nothing to do with YouTube. It's strictly me giving you something from my website. If you're on my website and you're browsing around, you have the opportunity to sign up for a newsletter. I send out a weekly newsletter, so if you want, you can sign up for that too. To be entered into the giveaway, all you need to do is leave me a comment with the word art in it and you will be automatically entered. I will post the winners on my community tab and on my Instagram story next Friday, October 11th, so you can see who those 2 winners are. And because it is the best time of the year, not only are we going to be doing a giveaway in October, but we're going to do one in November and December, so you have plenty of opportunities to win. Well, I just want you guys to know how much I appreciate you. I feel like we're friends, even though we've not met in person. I read all of your comments, and I appreciate your support. I found our next thrifted item back by the pillows and the linens. I was rummaging through those shelves and I came across this package that had a black apron inside. This apron was wrapped up nicely and it also came with the lovely price of $3.99. I pulled it out of the bag and it looked pristine. It was a little dirty, but besides that, it was in great shape. I did toss it in the washing machine. I do that with all of the fabric items that I purchased at the thrift store because you just never know. It's better to be safe than sorry. So I gave this apron a good wash in the washing machine and now it is ready to be embellished. This apron is as plain can be, but we are going to add some beautiful detail to make her shine. So what I'm going to do is create a floral design on my Cricut design space. I had my Cricut Maker cut out the stems and the leaves on some gold iron-on vinyl. I weeded away the excess vinyl from around my design and then I cut out these stems and leaves individually. We need some flowers and I love peonies and I love the color pink. I put on some magenta for you guys today because I love these vibrant shades of pink. So I had my Cricut Maker cut out these peonies on some iron-on vinyl. The pink is really going to pop against the black apron. Now I removed the excess vinyl from around the flowers and then I cut them into individual pieces as well. Then I simply placed my apron on top of my Cricut mat. I positioned my gold leaves and stems evenly right above the pockets on the apron. Then I took my Easy Press, put it over the top of the vinyl and set the timer for 30 seconds. Then I simply moved the Easy Press around, continually setting the timer for 30 seconds and leaving it over the top of the vinyl for that period of time. I continued to do this until each of my leaves had been fused to the apron. Next, I took my pink peonies, I added them to the top of the stems, then took my Easy Press once again, set the timer for 30 seconds, put it over the top of the vinyl, and then moved that Easy Press around until all 3 of the peonies had been fused in place. Then I simply removed the protective coating from each of the stems and the peonies. And that's it. Look at how stinking cute this apron is. I love it so much. Look at how the gold just pops off the black as well as the pink peonies. It looks so classy. And it's got pockets, which is my favorite thing because while I'm decorating for Christmas, I could put some tape in one pocket and some Christmas ornament hooks in the other and wear this around and it looks so nice. I won't look like I just rolled out of bed. And it looks like I dressed up even though I didn't. Now, as an alternative to a vinyl cutter, I have another option because I know several of you do not have a vinyl cutter. So what you can use is some heat and bond. Remember how we've used that on our fabric to fuse some designs to pillows and also to tablecloths? Well, you can use that in this design. Just pick the fabric that you want, get that heat and bond out, cut your fabric, and then fuse it to an apron like this. This is obviously from the thrift store for $3.99, but I did find an alternative apron that you can purchase on Amazon. This comes in a package of 2 and it's a little over $11, so that's really affordable. If you are looking for a gift idea, we do have the holidays coming up and you don't want to spend a lot of money, this would be a fantastic gift. I would love to get something like this, and it would only cost you a couple of dollars to make. And who knows, maybe you'll look at your thrift store and find a whole bunch of aprons. But I love the way that this turned out. It's just absolutely adorable. We did a whole bunch of thrift flips today, you guys, and I love the way that each one of them turned out. They all started out as nothing special, but with a little bit of love, we were able to turn them into unique pieces of home decor. We got the high-end look, but did not pay high prices. So yes, you can live beautifully and you can do it on a budget. We've got Christmas decorating coming up. We've got more giveaways. Of course, we've got a whole bunch of more DIY decor. So make sure you're subscribed so you can join in all of the fun. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching.